I got a new wireless computer router. This is the same one that I had before. What? Here they go again with those papers. Oh, I got myself the gift. Isn't that nice? I don't know why they put it in there. Okay, anyways. This is the same one that I had here before, but I gave it away to my grandfather because he needed one that worked properly, because he had some funny man Apple one and it wasn't working. So I gave him the one that I had down here in the window, which is the one that I use outside. Really don't use Wi-Fi very often at all. Almost never use it in the house. The only time I use it is when I go outside. And I had this router before and it served outside very well. I had a good coverage, so I decided to get another one. I could have paid a lot more and got something that supposedly has more coverage, but you know, this has always worked just fine, so I see no reason to change. This is a very inexpensive router too. I think it only costs about $23, somewhere in that price range. The Ethernet port's only 10100, and so I could never use this as my primary router because I need a gigabit. But you know, for a secondary or for a wireless, you know, it's fine. Now, I hate Wi-Fi, I really do, because it's so deceptive and gimmicky. Like this one, they say 300, okay? It says 300 megabits per second. Well, that's a joke, because the port going into it can only transfer 100. So how in the world are you supposed to get a 300 megabits wireless connection when data going into it is kept at 100? It's just like, it's stupid. It's funny, man. You know, you don't get this kind of nonsense with Ethernet. But regardless, I use the Wi-Fi outside because that is a practical answer compared to having like a 200-foot Ethernet cable that I take outside when I want to use the computer. Although there have absolutely been times where I have almost ordered a 200-foot Ethernet cable to do that. So, I guess I'll plug it in here and I'll set it up on the computer, then I'll put it back into place because I think we're going to need the numbers on the bottom. Okay, let's get the computer going here. And the battery in this computer doesn't work too good no more, so I'm going to plug it in. Okay. So this is powered on now. We should have a connection. Here it is, the TP-Link FD50 connect. And we're going to use the security key. And I'm going to type that in now. Just a string of numbers written on the bottom of the unit. Okay. And of course there is the yellow triangle because there's no internet. So let's go ahead and set this thing up. I think you're supposed to be able to go to tplinkap.net or something like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Please create a login password. Okay. Oops. 2 types of the following characters. So, seriously? Why? I would prefer there not even to be a password at all. Why do I have to do this? Okay. So now it gets complicated because I'm going to forget the password. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can change that. If I log out. No. There's no username. So the old one used to have a username to it. Now I guess there's no username. Oh well. Okay, so all I want to do is I want to go into wireless. I'm going to change this back to bread. And that's fine. No. And then, I think it's got to reboot or something. Oh, this security stuff drives me absolutely insane. Okay, and let's see, why isn't this letting me make changes? I turned the security off. I have no use for it. We're far enough away from the road that you're not getting not even going to get a signal unless you're in the yard, and then if you're in the yard I'm going to have bigger concerns about, you know, safety than the Wi-Fi network. Okay, so that should just connect right up. And the guest network, that's irrelevant, I don't need that. Okay, I think that's all that we need to do. Okay. So now, let's put this thing into place. The router just goes up in the window here, like this. It just sits here. I'll plug this Ethernet in, and the power cord. And the power, I plug it in over here. This gets a little flaky because the cord is a bit too short, but it plugs in up here like so. And I don't like this at all, but the cord just kind of runs across there and goes to the equipment. Okay, so that's there. That's the way it's supposed to be. I don't know if it's better to have the antennas like this or on an angle or whatever, I don't know. We'll just leave it like that. So now let's go on the computer and make sure that it's working. There it is. And we still have the dreaded triangle. Okay, the triangle is gone. The internet. And there it is. Let's test it. The internet speed test should be about 80, I think. Well, that's a far cry from what I was expecting it to be. Of course, we are at peak usage hours. It's 6 o'clock. You know, everybody's home on the internet. Well, just for curiosity, let me get the Ethernet cord out here and let me connect this to the network via the Ethernet, and let's see what the speed is. I don't really care so much about what the speed is as long as it's over 10, because the most I would ever do outside is stream a video, you know, so it doesn't have to be a whole lot. Yeah, so right now the speed is typically around 90. That's what it usually is. So the speed is typical. I don't know why that's being so slow. I used to get upwards of, I think, 70 or 80 out of the other one. But that's fine. 50 is fine. As long as it works out by the table. Are we on the network again? Yes, we are. Let's try to test again. Goof, what is this? Why is the test all screwed up? Okay, that's fine. That's good enough for me. You know, I don't need it to be. I don't need it to be very fast. So let's just go across the room and see how the signal is. Why is this all flickery? I noticed that last time I did a video with this computer. It was kind of flickery, which is weird for a screen like this. I guess it's okay if it's brighter. So this is claiming only 72 megabits a second. I don't know why it's so low. It's supposed to be 300. I mean, we're in the same room. I would expect it to connect at 300 in the same room. My only concern is if I go outside, is it gonna have a crummy signal now? Let's go over here and see what transpires. This is where I usually test the cordless phones. Okay, it's already halved. That's not good. 52. I wonder what channel it was on before. Not good. I've had the other router for, I don't know, a couple years now, I think. So maybe they got cheaper. I don't know. Let's log in and see what the channel and everything is. Well, that's cool. Well, how come this isn't working? There we go. No. Okay, let's see here. This is all auto stuff. Wireless. How do you change it? Here we go. Let's try channel 11. I usually use the wider channel. Okay. Still 72. Let's try channel 1. Still 72. Let's do a reboot on this thing. I gotta find out what channel this sandwiches is on, because it shouldn't be on the same channel as the sandwiches. I don't know if that's what the problem is. Still 72. Well, I'll test it outside. It seemed like it worked a little better before, but as long as it works out by the table, you know, where the patio is, whatever. I think it's about the same. It hasn't had a whole lot of difference. I'll let it choose the channel if it wants to. Oh, you know what? I had it as an access point before, and that's what it should be. Because I already have, I mean, this is just being tacked off the network upstairs. It should be set up as an access point. Oh, there goes the battery. It's low at 62%, isn't that something? Okay, I don't think it has to go all the way through. I think it'll probably has rebooted already. Why did the name change? I wonder if it's any faster now. No, it's about the same. But why did the name change? Oh, come on. This thing's up to some funny man today. It refused to connect. Well, that's too bad. I don't care what it wants to refuse to do. It's got to do it anyways. Oh, this is ridiculous now. I thought this was going to be simple. I'm kind of hungry. I'm not in the mood for this funny man stuff this is doing. It's on. It's off. Now it's on again. Oh no, I don't want that. Ugh. Jeez, I didn't think changing it from a router to an access point would screw this up. Oh, there it is. Oh, great. It froze. It's not even that cold out today. Okay, this needs to go back to bread. I want 40, and it can choose its own channel, that's fine. I guess you're not going to get anything more than 72. Alright, that's irritating to me, but it is what it is. I'll plug this back in up here, and I will check it outside, and as long as it works outside, you know, to some degree of comparability as the other one did, then fine. Maybe it was always that slow. I really don't remember. The speed is probably fine, so that's it. Over and out.